At the MCG, there's very little indication of the recycling that's going on because it's underground. This glassed-in entrance is the only indication of what's here.
This is Victoria's largest underground water recycling facility, and the plant supervisor is Daniel Howarth. His friends affectionately call him the Mole because he spends his days underground looking after the facility. G'day, Daniel.
Thanks, Aaron. They also call me the Hobbit.
Oh, good friends, aren't they?
Aren't they?
Tell us how it works.
Aaron, this is a true sewer mining scheme. We are importing sewage from the whole East Melbourne precinct. We remove the solids through the inlet works. We use a biological treatment to remove nutrients like ammonia and nitrogen. We then send it through an ultrafiltration, which is for removing the pathogens, bacteria and viruses.
Why do a project like this?
This project was born from the millennium drought following 2000, where the reliance on potable water was wanting to be reduced, and this project was a real flagship of that drive for renewable.
All the recycled water then comes across here to a huge tank on the fringe of the northern stand at the G, where literally thousands of people walk every week without even realising it's here. Beneath me, under this lid, is 1.5 million litres of Class A water.
A lot of the MCG water goes full cycle again, but most of the solids make their way into the main sewer and come down to the Western Treatment Plant here at Werribee. That's a trip that takes about 8 hours. The plant's general manager is Martin Bowles, and he's agreed to give me a quick tour.
G'day, Martin.
G'day, Aaron. How you going?
Good, mate. Well,
Nice to meet you.
What arrives at Werribee is 99% water, and if you thought the MCG recycling was impressive, it's a baby by comparison with the volume that goes through here, the state's ultimate recycler.
So what I can't get over is just the distance between everything. It's not somewhere you'd want to walk around, really.
So this is the first treatment process. Under the covers, there's a whole heap of bugs under there. The bugs eat away at all the solid loads that comes in through the sewage process.
And halfway through the system, there's the delightfully named milkshake machine, or activated sludge treatment plant.
But now we're going into a really heavy ammonia nitrogen removal process. So effectively we're adding oxygen to the process here. So all these big aerators are spinning around, adding as much oxygen as they can to the process and taking that ammonia from the water and turning it into nitrogen gas and releasing it into the environment. Here we are, Aaron. We're now at the final piece of 55 East Lagoon system. This is Pond 10. So Pond 10 is where the water or the sewage is now Class C. It's ready to be reused on the farm, or we pump it up and turn it into Class A water with chlorine and UV treatment.
Well, this is where the bulk of the water flows out to Port Phillip Bay. And to have that water flowing into estuarine systems like the Bay is really important for their health and, in turn, for us.
By the time it reaches here and leaves the outlet under the stewardship of some very relaxed cormorants, you'd never know it was raw sewage a month ago.
We tend to think of recycled water as somehow dirty, but nature's the greatest recycler of all. It goes up into the atmosphere as vapour and falls as rain. That water that you drank this morning could be the same water the dinosaurs drank millions of years ago.
Or indeed it could now be heading via this recycling channel into the local irrigation system. And over the last decade, that's become increasingly important.